My father died when I was real young, and she was very strong. She had 8 children. And, I see that, and I was a part of that growing up.
From her humble beginnings to her rise as a country music icon, Crystal Gayle has captured hearts with her timeless melodies and incredible voice. But what really happened behind the scenes? In this video, we're going to reveal the secrets they never told you about Crystal Gayle's journey to stardom. Join us as we unravel the truth, exploring the highs, the lows, and the unexpected twists that shaped the life of this beloved music legend. Beginning in Paintsville, Kentucky, deep in the Appalachian Mountains, Gayle's journey starts with a tragically passionate childhood. Among the 8 children born to Clara and Ted Webb, she was the youngest. Unlike her siblings, Gayle did not have a home birth, but instead was delivered in a nearby hospital. Her family's background in Ireland and the Cherokee Nation created a diverse tapestry of cultures that Gayle drew from the moment she was born. This heritage informed her music. Ted, her dad, worked long hours in the coal mines and saw firsthand the dangers of the job. Black lung disease, which he unfortunately contracted, was prevalent among miners at that era. The family uprooted to Wabash, Indiana, when Gayle was 4 years old, in quest of better medical treatment. New adventures awaited the family in Wabash, where they settled into a community of retired miners, and Clara took a job as a nurse's aide to supplement the family's income. Even though they had a lot of trouble, Gayle's love for music just became stronger. She has an innate talent and devotion to music. She allegedly boasted that she could sing before she could walk. As a child in Wabash, Gayle heard music from all over the world. She enthusiastically absorbed everything around her since she was surrounded by many influences. Every day, Gayle added more and more musical styles to her repertoire, including traditional Cherokee melodies as well as the vibrant sounds of numerous radio genres. Gayle's sister, Loretta Lynn, had a major influence on her desire to pursue painting. Loretta was a role model and counselor to her younger sister, who was just starting out in the country music business. Shortly after, Gayle began to emulate her, honing her craft and finding her own unique voice. In addition to singing folk music at local venues, Gayle began singing in church. She started making demo recordings to display her inherent talent and obvious promise when she was only a youngster. She gained invaluable experience and exposure on her first tours during the summers of her high school years, thanks to Loretta's encouragement. When Gayle was 16 years old, she received an invitation to play on the world-famous Grand Ole Opry stage. This was her big break. In lieu of her wounded sister, Gayle performed a heartfelt version of G on stage, Gordon Lightfoot's Ribbon of Darkness. Her stunning good looks and captivating voice brought her recognition at an unprecedented rate. Not long after Gayle's 1970 high school graduation, she and her sister Loretta signed to Decca Records, the same record company. When it came to light that the company had already signed another performer called Brenda Lee, however, a naming dilemma arose. Gayle, unfazed, took advantage of the situation to reinvent herself, getting her idea from a fast food chain's passing sign for Crystal. Brenda Webb was rechristened Crystal Gayle when her sister Loretta saw the sign and said, "That's your name. Crystals are bright and dazzling just like you." The name would come to symbolize Brenda's everlasting beauty, grace, and music. Oliver Lynn, husband of country music legend Loretta Lynn, saw Gayle's creative path begin. Once Gayle signed with Decca Records, he oversaw her career as a professional musician. Beginning her career on Jim Ed Brown's The Country Palace, Gayle sang original compositions by her sister Loretta, including soulful songs like Sparkling Look of Love and heartfelt ballads like Mama, It's Different This Time. In 1970, Gayle released her debut single, I've Cried the Blue Right Out of My Eyes, further showcasing her natural talent. The song, written by Loretta Lynn, caused a stir in country music and peaked at number 40 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles list. Thanks to her early success, Gayle was able to launch her flourishing solo career. However, she did face obstacles despite the promising beginning. Decca presented Gayle with obstacles that stunted her creative growth. She felt stifled. and her creativity stifled by the label's obsession with making her sound like Loretta. It didn't take me long to realize I was only there because I was Loretta's sister. Critics panned her early singles, calling them imposters of Loretta's sound, which led Gayle to be nicknamed Little Loretta. Despite this, Gayle stayed determined and never wavered in her pursuit of her dreams. Gayle decided to end her shackles after having an honest conversation with her sister Loretta. Loretta's advice to quit singing my songs, "We have one Loretta Lynn and we don't need another," inspired Gayle to go on a fresh musical journey, where she would challenge convention and carve out her own path. In 1974, Gayle took the bold step of leaving Decca Records and beginning over. United Artists Records offered her a new recording deal, marking the beginning of a new phase in her career. Producer Alan Reynolds had a profound impact on Gayle's musical direction. After hearing Gayle perform, Reynolds encouraged her to try a more subdued tone because of his reputation for collaborating with vocalists like Don Williams. Thanks to the positive reception of this new path, Gayle was able to make a triumphant return to the country music industry. Fan and critic alike praised her first song for United Artists, "Restless," which showcased a newfound boldness and aggression. In 1974, Gayle solidified her position as a rising star in the country music business with the release of her self-titled first album. Standing at number 25 on Billboard's Top Country Albums list, the album showcased Gayle's impressive range as an artist and set the stage for much bigger achievements down the road. In 1975, Gayle's "Wrong Road Again" became her first top 10 country chart smash, a sign of her growing artistic autonomy and skill. The title track from her second studio album, "Somebody Loves You," which she released the following year, also peaked at number 10. However, Gayle's transition into country music was the icing on the cake that made her a household name. Hit songs like "I'll Get Over You" and "You Never Miss a Real Good Thing," Till He Says Goodbye, written by Gayle and co-written with composers Bob McDill and Richard Lee, proved her status as a leading lady in country music. Crystal, Gayle's third studio album, reached number 7 on the Top Country Albums list upon its 1976 release, further establishing her as a formidable musical force. Many praised the album's catchy songs and soothing rhythm productions, while critics and fans alike praised her for her flawless fusion of pop and country elements. The rise of Gayle from a struggling musician shackled by expectations to a top-charting star lauded for her originality and creativity is a testament to her perseverance, resolve, and relentless love of music. She stuck to her guns through thick and thin, making her mark on country music that is undeniable and has lasting effect on artists and listeners. In 1977, Crystal Gayle's career took off thanks to the publication of the classic song "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue." The song was written by Richard Lee and initially meant for British singer Shirley Bassey, but Alan Reynolds, Gayle's producer, passed it on to Gayle. Since Reynolds knew it might break genre boundaries, he urged Gayle give it her own spin. She gave it her own unique spin, singing the song's melancholy and longing in a single take with her characteristic silky voice and moving performance. The single "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue" quickly became a smash, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Hot 101st on the Billboard Hot Country Singles charts. The song's appeal extended beyond the US. It peaked at #5 on the UK charts and resonated with listeners throughout the globe. Both reviewers and fans have praised "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue" as Crystal Gayle's signature song since its debut. The haunting melody and Gayle's hypnotic voice made the song a hit, and it has since gone down in country music history as a classic. The number 1 single, "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue," was really only the beginning for Gayle. In the same year, 1977, Gayle released her 4th studio album, "We Must Believe in Magic." The record showcased her flexibility as a performer, fusing country, pop, and folk into a captivating tapestry of sound. The launch of "We Must Believe in Magic" solidified Gayle's position as a genuine superstar, reaching number 2 on the Billboard Country Albums list and number 12 on the Billboard 200. When it was out, "We Must Believe in Magic" received 3.5 ratings from critics on AllMusic. My Kind of Country host Paul Dennis gave the CD an excellent review, gushing over Gayle's varied song choices and silky voice. Gayle was honored with a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance in 1978 for the album's exceptional track, Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, while Richard Lee was honored with a Grammy for Best Country Song. In further evidence of Gayle's immense appeal and enduring success, her record, We Must Believe in Magic, became the first female country artist's album to gain platinum certification from the Recording Industry Association of America. The accolades didn't end there. With the release of her fifth studio album, When I Dream in 1978, Gayle continued her winning run. The album, like its predecessor, peaked at number 2 on the country albums list and was certified platinum by the RIAA. The first song from the album, Talking in Your Sleep, was another worldwide hit for Gayle. It reached number 1 on the country charts and even cracked the Hot 100. After the release of When I Dream, Gayle became one of the most prominent female singers in country music. She went on to win many honors that year, including Female Vocalist of the Year from the Academy of Country Music and the Country Music Association, all before 1978 came to a close. If the songs weren't meaningful, they wouldn't be included in this medley. Gayle became well-known and beloved by audiences of all generations due to her mesmerizing personality and gorgeous voice. Despite her tremendous success, Gayle chose to depart from United Artists Records in 1979 after the release of her sixth studio album, We Should Be Together. The album's 2 top 10 hits, Your Kisses Will and Your Old Cold Shoulder, showcased Gayle's ongoing artistic development. Crystal Gayle's meteoric climb from a hopeful youngster from a small town to a superstar showcases her talent, perseverance, and unwavering dedication to her career. She left an indelible mark on the history of country music with her enduring tunes, which captivate audiences across the globe and will likely endure for years to come. Crystal Gayle's 1979 signing with Columbia Records was a turning point in her stellar career and solidified her position as a major figure in the country music industry, propelling her to new heights of fame. In the beginning of a fruitful partnership that would provide several critically acclaimed and commercially successful albums, Gayle took her distinctive sound to Columbia with her faithful producer Alan Reynolds. While at Columbia, Gayle started to explore a wide range of musical genres, including cover versions of songs that she approached with a new and exciting attitude. The choice to experiment with new genres and push creative boundaries was lauded by music professionals, including Gayle. The same year saw the publication of Miss the Mississippi, Gayle's 8th studio album, which had songs that showcased her exceptional vocal abilities and unique musical style. Her third crossover pop smash, the #1 song Half the Way, was one of 3 massive hits on the album. With its top position at #3 on Billboard's Top Country Albums list and its gold certification from the Recording Industry Association of America, Miss the Mississippi solidified Gayle's position as a genuine superstar. With the 1980 release of These Days, Gayle's 9th studio album, she maintained her winning trend. An additional 2 singles from the album reached #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Hits chart, If You Ever Change Your Mind and Too Many Lovers. Gayle's captivating vocals and charismatic performance solidified her position as a top country music vocalist, earning her praise and adoration from listeners across the globe. Hollywood, Tennessee, Gayle's 9th studio album showcased her evolving musical style and creative vision and was released in 1981. Critics were divided on the album, with some praising Gayle's innovative sound design and others saying it was disjointed despite the record's commercial success. With the release of Hollywood, Tennessee, Gayle's music progressed and her profile grew beyond Nashville. She made critically acclaimed appearances on primetime television shows like Crystal and The Crystal Gayle Special, and her singles, The Woman in Me and Living in These Troubled Times, broke new ground. "It's great to be back there, those folks are great," said Harris, who is my employer. Performing atop the Great Wall of China in Bob Hope's 1979 television program On the Road to China, Gayle became the first artist to film a performance at this iconic location, further enhancing her star power. The 1982 Francis Ford Coppola film, One from the Heart, included a soundtrack featuring Gayle and Tom Waits, who collaborated on a number of duets that captivated listeners and critics alike with their ethereal voices. Critical reception of the CD was overwhelmingly positive, with reviewers praising Gayle's evocative singing and the seamless integration of score and visuals. Elektra Records was Gayle's new home that year, and she never stopped shaking up country music with her innovative sound and her live performances. You and I, a duet with Eddie Rabbitt that appeared on her first Elektra album, True Love, went viral and became her second top 10 success on the Billboard Hot 100. It also topped the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart. 3 of the tracks from True Love reached #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs list, solidifying Gayle's status as a chart-topping superstar, even though the album received scathing reviews from critics. In 1983, Gayle released her third studio album, Cage the Songbird, which showcased her ongoing creative development and marked a departure from her previous work. The whole album was produced by Jimmy Bowen. It reached #5 on the Top Country Albums chart and contained crossover songs like The Sound of Goodbye and Turning Away, recognizing Gayle as a very dynamic and adaptable performer. Midway through the 1980s, Gayle collaborated with country singer Gary Morris on multiple duets, one of which, Making Up for Lost Time, went on to become the theme song for the hit CBS primetime serial drama Dallas. In September 1987, the duo's studio album, What If We Fall in Love, debuted at #25 on the Billboard Country Albums chart. Nobody's Angel, Gayle's 1988 farewell CD, showcased her undeniable charisma and lasting genius. The title single and Tennessee Nights further cemented her status as a legendary figure in country music. Gayle ventured into retail alongside her singing career in Nashville by opening Crystal's Fine Gifts and Jewelry. Before it closed in 2008, the store was a favorite hangout for residents and tourists alike, selling jewelry and stones crafted by artisans throughout Europe. The first operatic song I ever sung, Ribbon of Darkness, was at the height of my career in the 1920s when I was 17 years old. Crystal Gayle, the country music star, embarked on a new phase in her career when she re-signed with Capitol Records in 1990, igniting inspiration for her album Ain't Going to Worry. Critics hailed it as a fusion of country and pop, with standout tracks like Just an Old Love and Never-Ending Song of Love, the latter becoming a chart topper. This marked the beginning of her musical versatility. Following this success, her 18th album, 3 Good Reasons, released in 1992, garnered praise, especially for its title track and accompanying music video. Gayle's knack for storytelling and unique voice shone through, captivating listeners once again. In the 1990s, Gayle explored different musical avenues, including gospel music with albums like Someday and Joy and Inspiration, showcasing her spiritual depth and connection with audiences. She paid tribute to Hoagy Carmichael with Crystal Gayle Sings the Heart and Soul of Hoagy Carmichael in 1997, and ventured into children's music with In My Arms, expanding her audience and showcasing her playful side. Her 2003 album All My Tomorrows highlighted her vocal prowess and emotional depth through American classics. Despite personal challenges, including a tour bus theft in 2007, Gayle persisted, releasing albums like You Don't Know Me Classic Country in 2019, reaffirming her status as a country music icon. Beyond music, Gayle cherishes her Cherokee heritage and strong family bonds, especially with her siblings and her supportive marriage to Bill Gatzos. She successfully balanced her career with motherhood, cherishing time with her grandsons. Gayle's impact on country music is undeniable, earning her numerous awards and recognition, including inductions into Halls of Fame and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She continues to inspire and captivate audiences, solidifying her legacy as a country music legend. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.